About 72 years ago today, North and South Korea agreed to a ceasefire. They called it an armistice. There's never been officially a peace treaty, so the war never officially ended. Back then, North Korea had support from China and the Soviet Union and was waxing South Korea's ass. If you look at a war map, at one point South Korea barely had any territory left, like a very small little sliver off in the corner. It's terrible. The US decided to step in around this time, partially due to Cold War politics. Like, they were just so adamantly against the spread of communism that they were like, well, looks like that might be beneficial to that war effort if they win this piece of land, so let's just go ahead and put our noses in. Eventually, the UN, the US, and South Korea were able to push back up to the now infamous 38th parallel, and that became like the line in the sand, the now DMZ. So it's heavily militarized, meaning they have a lot of soldiers on either side of it to make sure that if anything does happen, like, it's not gonna happen there, and if it does, it's gonna be bloody. I remember once we were offered the opportunity to go visit it because it's so profound or whatever, and I was so ill prepared that I wasn't even allowed to go. I showed up that morning, ran downstairs, like, get ready with everybody else, and we're all just like in a gaggle, they called it. And the leader, whoever was like the leader of the trip, was like, hey, where's your like pants or whatever? And I'm like, all I have is basketball shorts and t-shirts. Like, I don't really wear pants like that. And they're like, you can't go if you're not business attire, like business casual attire ready. I thought that was like a silly thing, but he literally told me either I had to change or I couldn't go, and I just couldn't go. So this was between 2016 and 2018. I was stationed there for those couple of years and had a great time. Most people, if you go there single with no family and you're like a lower rank, you only go for 1 year. But I offered to stay because I was enjoying myself and I thought I would get better at my job by doing so. I think I did a little bit of both, even though I got in some trouble. But I remember vividly how all of our leadership was always on everybody's ass about being ready. Like, our key component was readiness. They're like, you gotta have your bags packed. You can't be more than 2 hours from base. So if anything happens, you gotta be able to be there in uniform with your stuff ready to go. We had to do like these exercises where we had to practice our gas masks and drills, like what we would do in a real war environment. We had to practice longer shifts, like 12 to 24-hour shifts, rotating, somebody on guard, all that kind of stuff. And it was just really interesting because coming from like Army school, learning your job, and then seeing like how the stuff that you learned and the implications of history in your now modern day really kind of opened my eyes, because I just thought everything was so distant. Like, I thought we were safe, I thought life was fun, I thought war was far, and then I'm like literally living in the repercussions of a almost 100-year-ago war. And it just seems, I don't know how to explain it, it's just interesting. And one of my favorite not so fun facts is that they said when I was there that every tree in Korea at that time was like less than between 50, 70 years old, because Japan had been there, and when they were there, they had pretty much cut every tree because they wanted to kill every Korean they could, and they didn't want them to have any cover. And then they can use that same wood for like fire, and I guess to help them with their equipment, transportation, stuff like that. So the more you know.